Hey everyone, it's Bubbles and welcome back to my channel. Also welcome if you're new. So we are on the game pack ranking and review. So like last time, I'm going to go through all of the game packs in order of when they came out, so oldest first. If you haven't seen my other two ranking videos, would recommend, but if you're not interested in buying those, I understand. Either way, so I'll mention it again in this one if you haven't seen the other two, but I feel like these videos are helpful for anyone who's looking to buy them. And so I'm going to give like a general overview of each pack and what comes in it. And then my thoughts on it, but let's go ahead and get into it. So the first pack I want to talk about is the Outdoor Retreat game pack. So this is the very first game pack we got, and with this one, it did come with a new world, but it is a vacation world, so I'll show you that and the build mode items in a bit, but the other things you can get with this is, vacationing in the new world. You can camp, so there's like tents and stuff. You can go hiking, and so with hiking comes bugs, which is kind of funny. There's some outdoor activities like horseshoe throwing, and there's like a campfire thing. You can do things with the herbalist skill, so you can make like, I'm not even sure because I haven't really played with it, but I think you can make like healing things with it. And there's a secret place you can visit, the hermit, which will teach you special herbalism things. So yeah, there's some gameplay in that regard. But with the create-a-sim items, there's quite a bit more since it is a game pack. But they're very like outdoor hiking, very campy kind of items. So if you like those kinds of things, this is perfect. So now we're in game. So I just wanted to show you that here are the destination rules. But this is Granite Falls. And so this is the new world we got with this pack, but there's quite a few lots that you can build in, 40 by 30 and 30 by 20. So here we are looking at the items. So I just put the one of the wallpapers we get in this pack and then the flooring because I love it. And then I use these columns quite often as well. They're nice and rustic, and they're also simple and square, so that's nice. But some of the items in here have this really interesting wood that I like. And then there's some really nice clutter items in here that I use. There's not a whole lot of the build stuff, and I don't use a whole lot of it, so you know, that's the drawback with it, but yeah. So with all of that being said, I would rank this one as okay for me. The problem is I don't play the game in terms of like playing with a family very often. So when I do, I don't typically play with this kind of thing. So it's kind of hard for me to say I really like it. If family gameplay and camping is your thing, I would recommend it, but for me it's just okay. So the next pack I want to talk about is the Spa Day game pack. So this one actually got a refresh in September. And so I'm going to talk about it from the perspective of before the refresh first, and then I will talk about the refresh. So, before we got the refresh, there are a few nice create-a-sim items in it. It's very like fitness and like activewear things, so I don't really use it very often because I don't do fitness things very often. But the new things we did get in this is a new lot type, so you can have a spa. There is a wellness skill in this when it first came out, and then you can do yoga and meditation. And there's like saunas and a mud bath. And there's actually a death in this one, a new game death. You can die from overheating in the sauna, which is hilarious. With the refresh, in terms of gameplay, they actually added 3 new aspirations. And so one of them is like a health guru or a wellness guru. And then there's another one that's like self-care specialist. There's a third one that I cannot remember because when I'm recording this, it's very new. We did get another trait, the high maintenance trait, which is really fun. And then they added the ability for you to get manicures and pedicures in game. And so they did it so that you can get nails in base game, which is exciting, but they added a few more nails you can get with this pack. Okay, so here we are, and so I just kind of put all of the wallpapers that we get in this pack as well as the floor tiles, and I really use them quite often. And then it did come with new counters. I do like using them sometimes in these swatches for kitchens, but I mostly would use these in bathrooms. The furniture items in here are very like Asian inspired. Yeah, like the clutter items and candles and plants and stuff in this, I use a ton. And then the windows and doors in this pack as well, I do get quite a bit of use out of. With the refresh, I wanted to mention, we did get a few more things in this, but they added some new, this is a meditation thing, poof, and it's got some nice swatches on it. This one's got pizza, and then they added a new yoga mat, but they added a couple new mats that got a few more swatches, and I really like them. Pizza. Like the moon one is really nice, and that's a cork one. And then because they added manicures and pedicures, they put this cute little clutter item for nail care, which is really nice. And then they added a new massage table and chair. And then on a side note, these things are in base game, but they actually updated it with more swatches with the refresh, which I'm so excited. So before the refresh came out, I probably would have ranked this as okay, and that's because I just really get more usage out of the build mode items, because there is some nice tiles and stuff that I showed you guys, and it's good for modern interiors, but now I'm gonna put it as good because the fact that they updated it with 3 new aspirations is very exciting to me. So the next pack I want to talk about is the Dine Out game pack. So with this one, we got the ability to have restaurants. So the new lop type is a restaurant. You can obviously go to the restaurants for gameplay. And then you can become an owner of a restaurant, which is fun. And then they did add a bunch of new food with this game pack, but just to go through some of the creative items, there isn't as many as like with Outdoor Retreat. Jesus, I keep trying to call it Granite Falls. That's the world. Anyway, so there isn't as much with this one, but this one does have more like classy creative items. I do use some of it a little bit. So we are in build mode now, and you know what's sad about when I was pulling out the items I use from Dine Out, I realized I really don't use, well, I do kind of use a lot, but it's mostly the pictures and like decor. This is really it that I use from this pack, which is kind of sad because like the tables and like love seat things are okay. They're just really chunky, and I don't like chunky. So yeah. So because of that, I'm going to rank this one as meh because it is very disappointing how glitchy it is. And it's even more so because the idea for this pack is amazing. I think that it's a perfect game pack. I think that you could do a lot of fun gameplay with it and build many different kinds of restaurants, but if only it worked. So the next pack I'm going to talk about is the Vampires game pack. So with this pack, we got a new occult type, which is vampires, and so you can go through the process of becoming a master vampire, which is actually quite fun. I've played with this one quite a bit. This is one of the, I think this is the first game pack I got, even, because I love occult sims, so if that's not your thing, I get that, but the gameplay of vampires is done really well. It's not too easy to do it, but it's not so challenging as to make it impossible to become like the top tier vampire thing. And then it did come with a new world, which I will show you in game here in a minute. And just like there's a bunch of different traits you can do for your vampire, so it's customizable so that not every vampire has to be the same. So they did a pretty good job with that. And then the creatism items are really fun, not gonna lie. I love creating different kinds of vampires, so they did put different face details to make different kinds of vampires, and then different kinds of teeth and stuff. There are some like really crazy looking outfits that come with this pack that I don't use. So here we are on all the world views. So Forgotten Hollow is the new world we got, and not gonna lie, a lot of people really don't like Forgotten Hollow, and it kind of makes me sad because I love it, honestly. I think it is so cool, and you can do some really dark looking builds with it, and like the landscaping is fun as well because like dead plants, yes please. It's like getting my inner emo to come out. I don't know. But anyway. So this setup's gonna look a little messy, but that's just because I wanted to show off all the different kinds of wallpaper swatches and floor swatches you can get that are my favorite. So there are some nice stone wallpapers, and flooring. That's very nice and rustic. Not rustic, I guess old looking, but, there's also these two doors are really nice because they've got quite a bit of swatches, but there's some where the stone parts are like cracked, which is so cool to me. And then the same with the archway, it matches. These are actually useful in other interiors, not just vampires, so I actually have found usage of these items outside of gothic houses, which is nice. We did get a whole counter set in this pack. They do only have 3 swatches, but I do like them. I love the green especially. We did get a whole bathroom set in this, which is very Victorian, and I love it. I use the vines and ivy from this pack a lot on a bunch of different builds, so there's good usability with that. I will say the only thing I wish they had more of was more things to put on the exterior of a gothic build, but the things they did put in here are very nice. So yeah. So with all of that being said, for me personally, I would have to rank this one as love it, just because I did a whole gameplay with vampires on my own before, like when I first got the pack, and I thoroughly enjoyed playing with it. So it's really fun. Oh, and I forgot to mention there's 2 different aspirations. Oopsies. Yeah, there's like you can be a good vampire and be nice to the community, or become a master vampire where you give no F's. If you know what I mean. But yeah, so I personally love this pack. So the next pack I want to talk about is the Parenthood game pack. So this one did not come with a new world, but this one came with a bunch of family-centered gameplay, so if that's your thing, this is perfect. But there is a new parenting skill, which is kind of funny, but you can have more interactions with kids that kind of shape how they grow up. So there's even a trait system for kids where they can get like responsibility or manners or emotional control, stuff like that. So through gameplay, you see different interactions that increase those or decrease them. And so it does actually affect gameplay, and it affects the kid as they grow up, which is really interesting. The create sim items that came in this are very cute. They're very like, I don't know, early 2000s family stuff. I don't know. I like the create sim items in here. So here I just built kind of themed rooms just to show off all of the items, but this has a lot of really great kids stuff in it. I love the furniture in here. I love this swatch especially because it's got like the cherry blossom tree on it, but there's a lot of really good swatches in here, and not only are there like neutrals for normal looking furniture, but there's also some more colors in it, which is nice. So there's a really good variety of swatches. And then over here is like the living area kind of items. This fireplace is super nice, and this rug is super nice. I find a lot of use out of these curtains and this wallpaper as well. And then looking over here is the kitchen set we got. So this is a very nice counter set and kitchen set. It's very family friendly and suburban looking, and I love the counters. I love the texture in the marble. And there's good swatches of this one as well. Yeah, this one has really solid build mode items, so yeah. So with all of that being said, I would rank this pack as needed because I feel like everyone who likes family-friendly gameplay should get this. So the next pack I want to talk about is the Jungle Adventure game pack. So this one did come with another world, but it is a destination world. So you can go there to visit it, and you can stay in the homes there for vacation. And so one of the things you can do is explore the jungle and find hidden areas and stuff like that. So you can collect ancient artifacts, and you can discover hidden areas. So I'll show you in game how the map looks when you first start a save, but in just a second. So the create sim items in this are really fun. There's a lot of fun colors in this one, and there's stuff for all ages as well, which is nice. So here we are in the destination world, and so here is Selva Dorada, which comes with this pack, but if you open it up, so it shows you the different lots here. If you look here, yeah, see all the question marks? Those are different places you can explore and find like hidden temples and stuff. Okay, so here I just showed all different kinds of items we got. So we did get another kitchen set in here. Where the heck did my cupboards go? Hold a moment, let me put them back. Okay, the game's trying to be sassy again, but anyway, so we got another kitchen set with this, and I love it so much. The counters are so cool. Like, there's a lot of really good wood tones in this, and even the teal is really cool. But I tend to use these not only in like bohemian interiors, but industrial interiors, so I find a lot of usage out of these counters and cupboards. But I also use this stove and fridge all the time because it's got a lot of fun colors. I use this mirror a lot because it leans against the wall, which is nice. This shower does match with the tile as well. And then I use this stool all the time. Here's some of the other furniture we got. They did a really good job with the wood in this. It's got a really nice texture in it. Let me just show you the windows and doors that come with it as well, because these are perfect for not only Selva Dorada builds, but also I've used these on cabin builds and treehouse builds, and they work perfectly. So with this pack, I am going to rank this one as good. So the next pack I want to talk about is the Strangerville game pack. So this one is quite a bit different than any of the other packs we have in game because it is exploring a linear storyline in The Sims. And so there is some give and take with that. It does make it so for some people, like, there's not replayability with it. However, someone like me, I like replaying storylines like a weirdo. But anyway, so it's fun in the regards of it's got a different playstyle than anything else in the game, since this game is sandbox, which means it's whatever you want to do and it doesn't have a start or an end. But this pack does. So you can investigate this storyline. With regards to the create some items, there's quite a mix of styles in here. So there's some more boho looking stuff. There's a lot of really nice hairstyles in there, but there's also some stuff that's very western, which is kind of fun. So here we are on the map view again, and so I'm just gonna show you the Strangerville map, but as you can see, it's very western looking, which is kind of fun because the only other world we have that's more deserty looking is Oasis Springs, which gets old after a while. But here's the secret lab you use for the gameplay, and then down here it's like trailer home kind of vibe, and old library, public library, and the bar is really shady looking, and it's really fun up here in Shady Acres, haha. But these are where a lot of the Victorian builds are. So when I was going through the catalog of build items, I really found that I don't use a whole lot of it. I think the reason I like this pack is because here's some of the spandrels and columns we get, but it's got a lot of Victorian in it, and Victorian I love so very much. So they gave us a few, quite a few doors, and they're all very cool. So I just showed you the different kind of color ways you can get them, and then there's these fences. And then here's some of the windows. I love the windows. They're so cool. But I get a lot of use out of the build mode items in this because I like building Victorian houses. So yeah. So with all of that being said, I'm actually going to rank it as needed because I personally love the build items. Granted, there's not a lot for actually the interior of a home, but I feel like the windows and doors are just the ones I use all the time for Victorian and Gothic houses, so I feel like I need them, and I don't feel like I can find that kind of thing in any other pack, so for me, I personally need it for that reason. So the next pack I want to talk about is the Realm of Magic game pack. So personally, can I just say, I love this pack so much. So when this first came out, I about lost my crap. Okay, so this one has a new occult type called the Spellcasters, so you can become a wizard, Harry. Anyway, so you can become a spellcaster, which it is kind of easy to become one, but the progression of honing more spells is interesting, and there's 3 different kinds of spells you can do. You can discover new spells through gameplay, and you can also increase your ranking as a spellcaster. And so there is one aspiration that comes with this that goes with getting higher in the rankings as a spellcaster, which is fun. And you can also learn how to craft different things in here. So the different, like wizard and witch items in here is fun. You can also get familiars in this, which are so freaking cute. Like, they follow you around and you can name them, and there's a bunch of different kinds, and I love them very much. But anyway, and it comes with technically 2 new worlds. So one that you can put houses in and live in, and there's a portal, which I will pop on screen real quick. This portal will take you to the magic realm, which I do not have footage of, so I'll put another picture on screen just to show you, but just look at it. Isn't it freaking cool? So it's like floating little islands that you can teleport using the portals to the different places in the magical realm, but that's where you can, like, there's one area that's got like shops and stuff, and then there's the actual like school building. But yeah, it's so cool looking, like I can't even. And so with the create some items, they did a really good job of like putting different kinds of styles in here. So there's like some more like rustic looking witchy things, like think Weasley, if you will, like from Harry Potter. And then there's some more like alternative outfits, like these things. And then there's some more preppy outfits, which are super cute. And then the guy outfits are like amazing. They did the guy outfits very well in this. But there's a lot of just really nice stuff in here. Like I love everything in Creatism, honestly. So here we are on the map view, but here is Glimmerbrook, which is the name of the place that comes in this pack. So there are only a couple of lots, but I feel like they vary in... Jesus, my voice just cracked. Oops. They vary in size. So here we are. And can I just say that the items in this pack are flippin' gorgeous. Like, I can't even. The style that this is called is Art Nouveau, and it's not anything like we have in the game. If you look up real pictures of it, it's gorgeous. But the build items in this, I felt like they did a great job. I feel like it's very well rounded. I feel like there's a lot of really nice swatches. And then over here is the windows we get in this pack. I love them so much. But there's even like little stained glass ones that are so cool. Over here's the doors. I love this so much. Giving me Hobbit vibes. And then these also come in the same stained glass as the windows. So with all of that being said, I'm going to rank this one as love it. So the next pack I'm going to talk about is the unfortunately controversial Star Wars pack, which is called Journey to Batuu. So if it comes as a surprise to you, then you haven't seen one of my videos, but I do not own this one because, okay, we're gonna say this without being rude. It's not my thing, okay? I'm sorry, I don't like Star Wars. Come at me, bro. I am a Star Trek person, and even then, I don't really like sci-fi, so already this isn't my thing. But I'm gonna try to not be too negative about this pack, because I know some people out there really like it, and that's great. I think that's great that people can find a pack that they like and it be this one. Like, no hate at all, but the problem I have with this one is I don't like them putting other worlds that don't fit into Sims, like, originally. Like, okay, for Realm of Magic, that felt like a Sims version of a magical world, right? So I don't really like them putting other kinds of worlds in game. honestly, I feel like this one could have been done better if they had put it as its own thing. So, like, if you're familiar with Sims 3, they came out with some standalone packs like Sims 3 Medieval that it's its own thing by itself, right? I feel like this would have been done much better if they had done that. But the problem is you'll get notifications in a new game every time that's like, hey, come to Batuu, and it's kind of like fourth wall breaking a little bit, which is just, it's weird. And also, the storyline in here, I have watched gameplay of it, and it's kind of empty. Like, it's not very, it doesn't have a whole lot of substance, because it's like you go over here and you do this thing, and then you go over here and you talk to this person, and then you go in this rabbit hole destination, which there is a lot of. And also, you can't build in the world without cheats. And like, the way you take care of your needs is just you go into this building and you take care of it real quick. Like, it's not a simulation to me. It's a story game, you know? So it's very odd to put it in with the rest of the game. And the sad thing is, it's really pretty. Like, they did a really good job making the world. It's just, it doesn't feel like it's got a whole lot of gameplay for it to be $20. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they spent more time making it look good rather than focusing on the gameplay. Because honestly, I'm one of those people that can have a really low res looking game, because I love me some pixelated games, right? But there being really solid gameplay. You know what I mean? So the creative sim items are made really well, don't get me wrong. I think they look like perfect for it being a Star Wars pack, but one thing I noticed a lot of people weren't unhappy about is that the different races of people in Star Wars is actually just a mask. It's just like a headpiece. It's not an actual like separate race thing. And then the build mode items, like, I have thought about getting this if it were on sale for really cheap, because the lighting fixtures and some of the clutter items are very industrial looking. So I'm an industrial lover, so I feel like I would use those items a lot. I was kind of surprised at the lack of like real furniture in this as well. Like, most of it's just stuff to decorate the surroundings. So it's just, I don't know. This pack was just weird to me. And just like, a lot of people were saying, like, nobody asked for this, why did we get it, kind of thing, you know? So, oh, and I will pop some pictures on screen of what the world looks like, just so you can see, because it is very pretty. But, like, here's the map view, and so there's 3 different areas in gameplay for the different sides to Star Wars. I don't know the names, forgive me, I'm not a Star Wars fan, but yeah. And then here's another picture of what the world actually looks like in game, and so as you can see, it's very nice. Like, they made it look really nice. So yeah. But with all of that being said, I'm just gonna rank this one as no, just because I probably won't ever get it. It probably won't be on sale for as much as I would be willing to pay for it, and it's just a big miss for me. And then the last game pack I want to talk about is the most recent, which is Dream Home Decorator. So I was very excited when I saw that this was going to be the game pack coming out. And so with this one, you can become an interior decorator, which is the new career. And so you can go around and like redo and revamp people's houses. So that can be just one room, or that can be adding a room on to the house, or a whole floor addition. And you can even, I'm pretty sure you can even redo a whole house. So I did play with this, and I did see other people play with this. If you're interested, I do have a mini series I did of this on my channel. But I was quite disappointed in the gameplay with this. So not only did we get likes and dislikes added to base game when this came out, and then we got the interior design likes and dislikes added with this pack. When you actually talk to your client about likes and dislikes, it's very, like, it doesn't make sense. I don't know if it was because when I started doing it, I was on a lower level of the interior design skill, but I would get things that were like, likes the different activities or dislikes the different activities you can do in game, instead of like likes or dislikes this color or likes or dislikes this kind of interior. So it was kind of hard to do a remodel when I wasn't given like a color to go off of or an interior design style to go off of. So it was kind of weird. And also, there was some gaming I did off screen when I wasn't doing the series where I had a remodel job to do in Vlad's house, funnily enough, and I redid his kitchen because he said he liked cooking. But when I tried to reveal it to him, it glitched out and ended it immediately when I tried to start it. And I got zero money for the job, even though I felt like I ticked all the boxes, you know? So there's some glitches in this that don't make much sense either way. So the parts of it that do have a plus side is the creatism items are amazing. I love them very, very much. Okay, so there is a lot of furniture that came with this. I mean, the fact that we got 2 kitchen sets is amazing to me, and I like both of them. I wanted to show you the different desks we got, and then I put like the clutter pieces on top that we got as well, but they did a good job giving us different kinds of desks. My favorite is this one because it's got a lot of clutter and stuff on it. This is its own separate item, by the way, but yeah. We finally got separated shoe clutter, which is amazing. Then we got 2 full-size beds. Here's a couple of the side tables and lights we got that I like. Oh, and then we got a bunch of bunk beds because just before this game pack came out, we got bunk beds in game finally. Jesus. And then we got modular couches. Woo! Which I really honestly wish they would have put that in base game for everyone to use. And then over here, I put all of the modular furniture up. So they gave us 2 versions of furniture, a square version and then a rounded version. And like, I do like the rounded version, so I would have kept both styles, but I don't feel like we needed as many different pieces as they gave us. And then we got these 3 carpets. The sunlight is severely washing them out, but these are really nice. I like them. They did a really good job with the colors in this pack as well. Now I will talk about my issue with this. So they gave us 4 different kinds of bunk beds, which I probably could have done with 2, you know? And then this single one is fine. And then, so they give us 4 kinds of bunk beds. And then the only other kids thing we got is this tent, right? Why couldn't we have gotten a toddler bed? Like, I know your kids can sleep in this tent, but I honestly hate it. It's gigantic and clunky looking, and it doesn't match with anything else in this pack. Like, I don't like it. And I'm questioning the only reason they put it in here. I'm thinking sorry, English, Jesus. I'm thinking the only reason they put it in here was to hint at cottage living. So because this website does not have the icon on it yet, I'm gonna pop up an arrow where I would rank it, but I would rank it honestly, I'm gonna put it in the good category, because if the gameplay parts were better and weren't so glitchy, I would love it. So this is my final ranking of all of the game packs. I hope this video was helpful for you if you're looking into buying more packs. And so I will have a video following up for the expansions coming really soon. So if you're interested in any expansion packs, check that out, because I'm going to rank all that stuffs. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it helpful. And other than that, I will see you guys next week. Bye.